Welcome back to session 3, and today we're talking money. Now, we learned that there are some drone industries that are historically less lucrative than others. So today, we're going to welcome back Alex Abatie, who is a full-time drone pilot, and we're asking him how to find those high-paying clients. So, Alex, how do you attract customers who are willing to pay more, and how exactly are those jobs paid?
You need to have a skill set that's valuable, obviously, and so you need to find some way to develop some kind of skill set. Um, it seems to be that some of the industrial applications, inspections, those can be more profitable and more consistent than things like real estate. Um, there's definitely money to be made in video production, but it's hard work, and you really have to work diligently to do that. And um, I've seen my biggest returns in inspection and anything that you can bring to the table, any kind of skill set that's going to enhance your ability to do the job is obviously going to help. Uh, I mean, one of the things that I saw was I took the time to uh, learn a lot about some of the rules and getting authorizations and things like that. So that often got me a lot of phone calls. I when back before Lance, I had a bunch of authorizations for Southern California, and a large Hollywood company called me wanting to use my Long Beach authorization, uh, and so as a result of kind of having taken the time to understand what it takes to get an authorization, and then following through with that. Um, I got a fair amount of work out of them just in renting out my authorization, and then that turned into some lidar work with them, which was really profitable because I was flying a really expensive sensor on a really large aircraft, and so that they pay money for that.
Alex, something I've observed during our talks is that you are a well rounded professional, not only in your expertise in operating that drone, but also in other skill sets that you seem to really possess. So, what are some of the key skills particularly important that a drone entrepreneur must possess in order to become successful?
I'll go back to just flying in general, getting to the point where you're not thinking about flying, because, I'll just use the inspection again as an example. I'm really collecting data, and so I have to not think about the flying aspect. I'm fortunate enough to have a visual observer when I work, so he's watching the aircraft, so I can be in the display, and so I'm focusing really on the images and being able to put the bird right where I need it without too much thinking. Am I going left? Am I going right? Do I have to throttle up or throttle down? And that just comes with flight hours. And so what's interesting about the drones is they're essentially just a tool for some end. And so the flying part of it becomes a way to get to that end, in addition to running the camera or whatever. So being really proficient in flying is definitely going to help. Understanding the FAA rules and all that stuff. There have been a lot of changes recently, and so being on top of those really helps. Just do your homework and follow the things that you love. That's what I did, and that's why I get so excited about it, because I it's not not something I have to try and do, right? It's like I feel very fortunate that I lucked into something that I really, really enjoy and seek out that information just because I want to know. And uh, and and I know that this is, partly focused on business also. So uh, I think that that's, and I know that we've talked about this a little bit, and we've seen this. There's sometimes this idea, I bought a drone, and now I can make a lot of money with it. And uh, you're running a business. And I took the time, this goes back to your well-rounded comment. I took the time to take some business classes, and I wrote a business plan, and take the business part of it seriously, because you're running a business. You're not just out there flying. And if you want to just freelance or just contract, maybe that's one thing. But uh, I don't know that that's really sustainable. It really helps to have some kind of business plan and be thinking about how you're running a business. I found that really helpful.
That is some great advice. It's a business, and to be successful, you can't neglect the business aspect of that. So, Alex, it sounds like great traits of a drone business owner is that they need to learn to fly, love to fly, hone and grow those skills, be great communicators with their clients, not afraid to network, and understand or start learning about running a business. Wow. So, before someone goes down those roads, what type of person or what trait should a person have when considering this type of work?
Enjoy the outdoors. You got to like being outside, especially in the inspection industry. That's one of the things that is a part of that job that I really love. Is this is what I always say when people ask me what I do. Is I drive my truck out to really secluded, beautiful places, and I get paid to play with the toy. So it's pretty amazing. So you got to like the outdoors. Hand-eye coordination helps. Uh, I think like any pilot job, type A-ish personalities do better, because you have to make confident decisions at times. And uh, there may be go or no go decisions that need to be made, and you need to be able to tell the client, like, not happening today. And based on your experience or your level of comfort, etc. So I think that helps. And passion definitely helps.
Well, I can tell you are passionate about what you do. So, if someone is passionate and has these types of traits, but needs additional skills and to really catapult their career, how does having additional or advanced training help to do that?
I think training's really important. And uh, uh, what it comes down to is, it's just a lot of the stuff you could potentially figure out yourself, but you're going to do it faster with some training. You're going to get hooked into best practices much quicker, and you can benefit from the experience of the instructors. Uh, I do some training myself, and I like having those real world stories, and I like sharing those little bits of information that I think that you don't just get by uh, trying to figure it out on your own. So um, it's I think it's like anything. It's training is a shortcut. Not really a shortcut, but uh, you're not going to reinforce bad habits. You're going to get information that's relevant. And like I said, it's not something you can't figure out on yourself. It's just going to take you longer. So
And you're right. I mean, you might as well have a great foundation early on and set in those best practices. So Alex, where do you think the industry is going to be going in the next 5, 10, 15 years if you had a crystal ball?
yeah, that's a great question. I think automation and uh, artificial intelligence are becoming more of uh, something in this industry, and it's a bit of, I think, a bit of a threat to pilots in general, because some of our work may be automated, but you'll still need a babysitter, most likely. So it may not be as fun a job, but I think if you really want to preserve your ability to fly, I think the real trick, it seems these days, is to find something that can't be automated, and whatever that may be. Anything that's going to require manual flights, whatever that is, will keep you employed as a drone pilot. It's really hard to say where it's going to go, and how this is all going to work. But I think that's probably my best tip. It's just become a good pilot, and uh, you know maybe look for a niche that is hard to automate.
Yeah, that's really good advice, Alex. And if someone was watching this, what is the best advice you could give them regarding being a drone entrepreneur?
Do your homework. Make sure that you understand the industry that you want to get into, as much as possible. That's another uh, thing that I noticed in the utility industry. Pilots who understood what they were looking at generally did better than pilots who didn't, and that's just knowing the industry that you're getting into. So definitely that. Um, uh, Pick something and focus on that. Don't set your you know what you're doing too broad. So don't try and do real estate inspection and solar farms, or whatever. If it comes down to it, like, get that thermography certificate and focus on thermal. That's just going to make you more valuable, or whatever it is that uh, so look to your strengths, find something that interests you, and focus on that as much as you can. And again, that's more a business you know uh, idea than anything else. That works for all businesses, but it works here too. And there are so many different ways to use drones these days, from inspection, forestry, film, delivery, agriculture. I mean, it's just, the list is endless, and it gets bigger every day. So, uh, find your strengths and play to those.
Alex, thank you so much. You've really shared a wealth of information, and we really do appreciate it. Now, we'd be doing a disservice if we didn't learn more about your company and allow you to plug it just for a second. So, if someone wants to learn more about you and your company, tell them how to find out how to get in touch with you.
So I have a website, hawkeyeworkshop.com, and I have some of my work there. And so that's a good place to start if you're interested in finding out a little bit more about me. I really enjoy sharing what I know about this industry, and so I really love helping people out. That's one of the reasons that I do my work with DARTdrones. Uh, Also, is I enjoy sharing this stuff. So shoot me an email through my website, or chat or something like that. Probably the best way to get in touch with me. But I mean, I love talking about this stuff, and I love helping other people out. A lot of people helped me. I ask for a lot of help, and I want to pay that back. And so I'm definitely willing to spend some time if people are interested.
Alex, thank you again. And Alex is one of the DARTdrones flight instructors, so don't be surprised if you're taking one of our courses that Alex teaches, and he could very easily be your instructor. Now, especially if you take one of the DARTdrones advanced workshops like aerial mapping and modeling or the aerial inspection workshops. So Alex, thank you very much. It was very informative and a lot of fun.